and welcome to Tea Time with Terry. I hope you all have your tea ready, whether it be hot tea, iced tea, or Long Island tea. Kathleen, I'm looking at you. So pour yourself a cup of tea and sit back, and we're going to talk about art. Pinkies up. So first, let's talk about me. I'm Terry Hastings, the arts events coordinator at UCR Palm Desert. We've been putting on art shows for quite a few years now, and due to COVID-19, we can't. But we can online, so that's why we are all here together. But I'm not going to do this all by myself. I'm going to bring on my sidekick, Terry Ray. Let's bring on Terry Ray, shall we? Yay.
Terry, are you there?
Terry Ray, shall we? And now,
here I am.
Hi, Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Do you have your tea ready?
Well, my tea is in this kind of a cup.
Oh, okay. That iced tea. We'll call it iced tea.
Call it iced tea. So everybody's going to be named Terry today, right?
Right. Everybody's named Terry.
Okay, good.
That's just what happens. You know, because on Romper Room, she never actually saw a Terry.
Never. Right. She never did. Ever.
She never saw a Terry. So I was just like, we're all going to be named Terry today.
Thank you.
So if our audience hadn't heard the banter, the pre-stage banter backstage, Terry and I go way back. He's one of my oldest and dearest and oldest friends.
Wait, you said oldest way too many times, Terry.
Well, I mean, we did go back to before the turn of the century.
Well, we did go back prehistoric to dinosaur age.
Prehistoric for a while, yes.
Yeah.
We were to the Paleolithic age.
I was a pterodactyl.
Yes, he was a pterodactyl. And you were a black widow spider.
Yes, yeah.
And a convertible.
A car. Schizophrenic convertible car. It's
right. You know, all things appropriate for children's musical theater.
I have range. But now you're an artist.
I am an artist, let me tell you. And an art curator, which is why we're here today.
Nice.
So as many of our audience knows, almost 3 years ago, we did the first Salton Sea show at UCR Palm Desert. And it was such a big hit, and it is still a very important subject matter in our lives. Now that you've moved to the desert, Terry, you'll find out more about it.
I know. I've only been barely done.
Exactly. Well, we decided to have another art show because you weren't here for the first one.
Thank you.
Good. Just to let everybody know, we're going to go through about half of the art that it was submitted to the show today. The other half probably in 2 weeks, depending on how the reviews and the Nielsen ratings go. Those Nielsen's very bad. Almost all of the art is available for sale. So if you would like to buy something, the how to contact the artist is listed there, or is also listed on the website when you go check out all the art there. So let's see. Let's go, shall we?
Wow. Do we need a mask or are we okay?
No, we're good. We don't need a mask. Okay. We can all just stay here. And let me find this magic button. And there we go. We've seen that. And let's go to our first contestant. Come on. Alicia Siegler.
That is cool.
Yeah, this is fun. It's in 3D, it's in relief. Here, let's look at it up close. Woo!
What?
I know. I've been crazy with the Photoshop and with PowerPoint, things I've never had to do as an artist before, but we're learning lots of new things.
My Kleenex does not look like bird.
Yeah. So with the cut paper and all the fun things there. And how big is this piece? 2 feet by 2 feet and only $400. So if you would like to purchase this piece, you just can go to asieglerart.com. That's at the bottom. And it's just a beautiful piece. Alicia's been doing a lot of wonderful relief pieces with cut paper, and I really enjoy her work.
You think it moves in the wind a little bit?
I'm sure it does. I doubt if I'd put it in the wind though. So
I mean, as you walk by, a little flutter.
Possibly. So, and moving on to Miss Betty Ann with Way Too Hot. Betty works with photos and then digitizes them. This piece is printed on metal. A reminder of what things should be. A little thought back or a thought to the future. And then this one that I love. Betty Ann, did you have any idea that this piece would be so pertinent today? I bet you didn't.
This is made way before. This isn't a current piece.
Right. I mean, all this art was submitted to me back in February.
Wow.
Because this show was supposed to happen in March. This show should already be taken down and we've moved on to the next show, but that's an old time frame. So there might even be people with masks on if you look really close.
Wow.
Betty, get on that. Here we have Carol Hatcher's Salton Sea Concretions. Carol actually did this piece 3 years ago, but then now has refurbished it, re-assemblaged it. It used to be just a pedestal piece or a fireplace piece. Now it hangs on the wall.
Are these sticks that were in the
lots of? Well, no, they're paint sticks.
Oh, paint.
Her father used to be a painter, and so she painted these paint sticks. The rocks, the concretions that are tied at the bottom, she actually bought at a thrift store somewhere.
Oh.
And then we've got the beads and the feathers, and it just represents the Salton Sea with the sand and the water and the sky.
I think they could get a skirt on that. It'd be nice.
And then these butterflies. Now, Jeff, people might remember, was our speaker at the original Salton Sea show in 2017. Everybody thought he was so handsome, right, Kathleen? And so Jeff was our speaker about the Salton Sea. He came to our art show and then was so inspired by our art, he became an artist himself.
Wow.
I actually tried to get him to be with us here today. Unfortunately, he is busy. Now, here's a wild thing about these butterflies. They're painted fish bones.
What?
If you didn't read all the way at the bottom, yes, he goes out to the Salton Sea because there's dead fish everywhere at the Salton Sea if you've been there. And then he takes the fish bones and then turns them into these butterflies.
He constructs the shape of the butterfly?
No. There's some actual bone that happens to look like a butterfly.
That is crazy talk.
I know. So then, let's see. Okay, so this he created with barnacles from the Salton Sea.
Wow. Can I ask?
He goes out.
Are they colored already that way? Or did he color them?
No. He takes the barnacles, crushes them up, paints them to each color, and then glues them down. Wow. At least that's what I'm making up that he does. But I think it sounds good. So he created these pieces with actual Salton Sea items.
I think that frog is Lady Macbeth with those bloody hands.
Yes. Out damn Spot.
She's killed somebody.
Right. Nobody's seen me, right? Oh, and here's Lady Macbeth herself.
Oh, wow.
And so Jeff does a number of different subject matter, but again, with the barnacles, with the painted barnacles.
Those eyes.
And then one other one. This one's a large one, 60 inches by 40 inches, so 5 feet by 3.5 feet.
Wow, how many
That's
barnacles
gonna
died for that?
take up a nice. Nice big space on your wall.
Yeah, that's a lot. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You save on
Here's
wallpaper.
Deanna's work. Deanna does great. She works with photography to begin with, and then adds paint onto the top. Always love her work. Nice larger piece, 30 by 40 and $2,000.
That's cool too. And it's good that a tire repair place is open 24 hours. Good to know.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Here is Emmeline's piece, this Salton Sea. These are actually just little letters that are raised. If you look in, it's actually almost a 3D or relief piece, and says Salton Sea needs more love.
Oh.
Who doesn't need more love? That's what I want.
Raising my hand. Where's that little?
So, and then this is a cute little piece, 5 inches by 7 inches. So it'd work great in the kitchen or just somewhere as a little pick me up.
Loving. That little nook that needs a little love.
Yep. Gary Borstek, Hope for the Sea. Now you may not know this, but this is photo of fabric.
Whoa.
He lays out fabric, sets it all up, gets a good nice light on it, and then photographs it.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Is the sky fabric also?
Yep, it's all fabric.
Huh.
So, and then Jasmine. And Jasmine will be the first of our guests
Yay.
today. Let's bring on Jasmine, shall we?
Hello, everyone.
Wow, that worked really well. Thank you, Kelly.
My pleasure.
Hi, Terry. Hi, Terry.
Hi.
And hello to everyone tuning in. Thanks for being here.
Yay. So, Jasmine, tell us about this, about yourself, and what you do.
I am a photographer, self-taught photographer. I've been coming to the Salton Sea for over 30 years. It's my sanctuary. It's my home sweet home. And I love to capture the beauty and the life of the Salton Sea because that's what makes it special to me. And so for this photograph, I was thinking that, you know, most of us, when we think about the Salton Sea, there is something that makes it special to us. Maybe it's the mountains, or the amazing sunsets, or that beautiful blue water in the middle of the desert. Something is very special about the Salton Sea, and it holds on to a person, and it just doesn't let go, and that's how I feel about it.
What time of day is this?
Pardon me?
That purple color is so amazing. What time of day was this taken?
Oh, this was sunset. One of the best times to photograph the Salton Sea is just as the sun is setting, like golden hour, blue hour in the morning and golden hour. The sea just comes alive. It's phenomenal.
How did you get those sticks to stay so still?
Well, the sticks are remnants of like a tree that had fallen or something like that. So it's part of the landscape, part of the beauty. And what I like about this art show that Terry has created is the theme for it. It's about hope and solutions for this dynamic ecosystem. It's a really encouraging art show, and I'm so happy that he's decided to do this online so that, you know, until the art show is rescheduled, it's nice to be able to talk about this while we wait for it.
Cool.
Here's a nice house. I'm sure you can get it for sale cheap.
Yeah, this is a great little house. I actually looked into buying it for myself, not this time, but I think this is a really great reminder because sometimes other people think that maybe nobody lives here anymore, but actually families live here in our communities, retired people, all sorts of folks. And I know that sometimes it's referred to as abandoned or Salton Sea towns or ghost towns, but you know what? We're just like any small rural community around the Salton Sea. People live here, this is our home, and we just want to remind people of that. You know, when you come here and visit our really beautiful communities, treat it like it's your own home too.
Sweet.
Nice. So what's this in the front here, the sand?
Right. So this is a really interesting feature of the Salton Sea. There are still fish living in the Salton Sea, and at one time this area was connected to the Salton Sea. This is the Desert Shores Canal that we're looking at, and as it's dried down, because it's right now cut off from the Salton Sea, it's exposing these fish nests. The fish that used to spawn here were tilapia, and even though it's cut off from the rest of the Salton Sea right now, to me that just means that there is, there still is life here. There's still tilapia and other fish in the Salton Sea. And a lot of the locals, we advocate for a new water source for the Salton Sea because the fish and the birds need it, the people need it. We love to recreate here. We love to go boating, and we just love to look at the water. It's a really great place to be. It's not all doom and gloom.
Nice.
There's the fish home and there's the people home.
Exactly right. You got it.
So what kind of bird is a snowy plover?
Snowy plovers are small shorebirds. They're actually rare and considered threatened, which means habitat loss is something that's been affecting their ability to thrive. And the snowy plovers use the Salton Sea as a nesting site. So nesting season is actually taking place right now. It's between March and September. So what I'd like to do when I talk about this photo is encourage people to share the shore. We want to remember that wildlife still lives here, and I believe that we can all live in harmony. And it's just really important that we be good stewards of the planet and of our neighborhoods, and we remember the fragility of life, and we take that into consideration. So when we're walking on the beach, walking on the shore, keep your eyes open. You might see something like this. It's really cool.
And don't step on it.
Exactly.
And these tiki palms?
Yes. So these palms are in Desert Shores, and they always remind me of the really unique and quirky character of the Salton Sea and the people who live here. It's such a special place to be, and this is always my reminder of that.
Why do I feel like one of those trees was adopted?
Or the
It's
Lorax.
pretty cool
I'm waiting
family
for the
tree,
Lorax
yeah.
to come in.
One of these things is not like the other.
Mm-hmm.
And then these two lost their heads.
Or else they're really mad and giving you the middle finger.
Yeah, that could be. I love the palm trees here, whether they're green or whether there's still the remnant of life. And when you walk on the beach, you see all other kind of remnants of what used to be here. And I like that reminder that the Salton Basin has always had life in it. There's always been, first it was an ocean, then it was freshwater lakes, and then it's the Salton Sea, and now people are living here. This is a really cool reminder of what was. And of course, this art show is talking about hope. So let's keep focused on the future and remember that there is hope for the Salton Sea too.
Nice. Speaking of hope, this is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. When you travel south of the Salton Sea, there's a lot of agriculture down there. And this was such an amazing opportunity to photograph this field of sunflowers. It was right at sunset. We were rushing to get there before the sunlight was gone. So this is a really special photograph. And it reminds me that the Salton Sea is important not only ecologically, but also economically too. Down at the south end, you can also see beautiful, colorful flower fields of larkspur. It's just incredible, all the beauty that we see here.
This looks like something Van Gogh would have painted.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Thank you.
And then finally, who's that in the boat?
That is me. I love to kayak on the Salton Sea. It's such an amazing experience. It's so peaceful. And there's a really great little story about how this photograph came to be.
Please tell us.
Okay, so as I was kayaking on the Salton Sea, this pelican flew by. He landed on the water, and he swam right up to me. And little did I know, there was a Hollywood producer on the shore filming scenes for his documentary about the Salton Sea. And he calls over to me from the shore. He says, "Hey, can you paddle over this way, bring the pelican here?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, sure." You know, he was following me around. And it was really great to make that connection, not just with the pelican, but also with Stephen Vitale, who got the footage of the pelican and took this picture. He's releasing a film called The Jewels of the Salton Sea, and it's also talking about the life and beauty and how important it is that we help the Salton Sea. So this was a super memorable experience for me and a really encouraging thing.
That is so cool. I hope you got your union card from that.
Nice. Hey, Kelly, do we have any questions from our audience for Jasmine?
No questions right now.
Okay.
Jasmine, you're an amazing ambassador for the Salton Sea.
Yes.
Like Miss Salton Sea.
Oh, thank you very much. That means a lot to me.
We're going to have a pageant very soon just for you. At least the sash.
There's a sash in your future for sure. Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Well, thank you so much, Jasmine.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay.
And
Hey.
Terry, just so you know,
Yes.
Stephen has joined us.
Oh, wonderful. Well, now we're actually going to take a short break for words from our sponsor. I'm sorry, what's that? Oh, we don't have a sponsor.
Oh.
Never mind. Yeah, no,
That
somebody
explains
forgot
the
to get
budget.
one of those. Yeah, exactly. So, Kelly, let's take Jasmine out and let's do our poll. Thanks, Jasmine. Let's do the poll for our audience. It's audience participation time. And basically, we want to know, who are you? So go ahead and check artist, art collector, student, spectator, or my boss. There's a couple of you out there. And then we'll find out. Isn't this fun? It's interactive, live studio audience that's not here. So.
Dazzled by the technology.
I know.
Yeah.
This is fun. I never knew this existed until 2 weeks ago when they're like, you're hosting a talk show. I'm like, I'm what?
Next break, can we
So-
play some bingo? Can you call some numbers?
I know we could. Let's do N43. N43.
43.
I16.
No, you aren't.
Do we have the results of our poll?
Way better than American Idol. It's like an instant.
I know it's live. We're doing this live. So I'm actually trying out to be Ryan Seacrest for next year. So.
But
There we go. 19 of you are artists, 4 of you are art collectors. We've got a student. We've got a bunch of spectators. Welcome. And my boss. I knew
Your
she'd be
boss.
here. Yes. Although, who knows, somebody could be pretending to be my boss.
oh.
That happens a lot. People like to think that they're my boss.
Or they're just bossy.
Right. There's plenty of those. So, well, let's continue on looking at more art, shall we?
We,
Isn't this fun?
CC, trying to be international.
Okay, going back and moving on. Come on. Do that. There we go.
Ooh,
Some beautiful pieces by Jenny Bate.
beautiful.
Yes. We've got these oil pieces.
Wow.
The colors similar to the photos that we had from Jasmine. Really
Oil
nice.
poetry. That's interesting. Oil poetry.
Oil poetry, yes. And one of these days I'll ask Jenny what that means.
Yeah. Writing.
So, or if she's in the audience, Jenny, type in what you mean by oil poetry. And then we've got this beautiful Seacrest, Ryan Seacrest Dawn. That was actually my drag name, Dawn Seacrest. So,
27 is your age. That makes sense.
right, exactly. So,
Oh, I
There's
see somebody.
right, you know, Jennifer's a girl after my own heart. Well, you know, whenever you need to, just throw in a naked body. That's
Yeah.
what I.
Well, he survived the fire by.
He did survive. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. That was awesome.
And now we've got Jim Ritchie's photography. Jim's a great photographer, local. We've got these gorgeous pieces here. And another stunning one there.
Wow.
Yeah, that sky is beautiful.
I bet they have bad cell phone service.
A really bad cell phone service. The white pelicans,
Oh.
a flock, and the North Shore. Wait, woo! Get it all nice and close to you.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Mistake.
Some really beautiful detail in there. Great color. Here we have a piece by Joan Ryan. Joan's what the sea used to be for and what it should be for. So a little either past or future tense to this piece.
Pretty.
Kathleen Scoggin. Hello, Kathleen. Kathleen does great abstract work, and this is just really gritty fun of the Salton Sea.
Mullet Island. Business in the front and party in the back on that island?
Exactly.
Wow.
And is it a geothermal treasure or not?
I'd say yes.
Inquiring minds want to know. And then now we have some fun abstracted scope or landscape by Kathleen, which is newer. I hadn't seen much of representational work from Kathleen. Kathleen, I love it. The color scheme is great.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Great lighting.
And then this Pacific Flyaway.
Huh.
Available at KathleenScoggin.com. Here's Kirsten Anderson's Sunlight on the Pond. Fun little different squares that get added on. I asked Kirsten what inspired her to not finish this. But she actually comes from an architectural background and likes the negative space, and then allows you to fill in, you know, where you think things should go.
Huh.
Little kind of
Quite clever.
artistic Tetris board.
Yes.
There it is.
It's like a big sea, so it's the Salton Sea with a big sea to me.
Right. Here's desalinating. Kim loves to make some great assemblages. He does really wild, funky, quirky work. So.
That is neat.
Mm-hmm. Lynn York and her feathered friends are cute little owls and pelicans and probably a snowy plover.
Probably. And don't step on the egg.
I know. So Lori Schaefer, this is great. She actually cuts the canvas and then sews it back together.
What you talking about, Willis?
I know. She's crazy, but wonderful. So she
that's
created
an actual
these.
gap. That's not a painted gap. That's a real gap around the stitches.
That is a real. You are seeing the wall behind it. Yes.
Huh.
Yep. And so, yep, she does that. Here, she's added little beads and stuff. Here's a little close-up in your face.
Wow.
So, but then, yeah, she does a lot of that's like felting there and other fabric pieces. She does a lot of fabric work, all gorgeous, all beautiful, just like her.
Very unique. Oh, it's so different.
And here's quite the piece. Okay, so this is 77 inches tall. So this is a big piece.
Wow.
Quick, convert that. A little over 6 feet. So,
Africa to me. It's almost shaped like Africa.
well, kind of shaped like Africa. I think she's got the Salton Sea there in the center.
Uh-huh.
And then with it being called Salvation, I'm saying she's referencing Salvation Mountain out near the Salton Sea.
Yeah. I've been there. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So, and they've got all this color and all that vibrancy. So I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, but Africa on the side.
Well, yeah, a little bit of that. You could, once it's hanging in your house, you can call it whatever you want. So, but just get it hanging in your
You have
house.
to call it hazel?
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
And now that brings us to our second guest this evening or afternoon. It's dark in my place this afternoon. Stephen Baumbach. Where are you, Stephen?
There he is. Oh, he's got his mic off.
Do you see him?
I see him, but he's got to push his magic microphone. There he is.
He's coming. Otherwise, I'm going to start saying all sorts of nasty things.
No, you won't.
Right there.
There you are.
How you doing?
Good.
I'm coming to you from beautiful downtown South Palm Springs at Backstreet Art District from the studio, as you can tell, with a brilliant red behind me.
Right.
And welcome to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. So, talk to us about this photo and the Salton Sea.
Well, the Salton Sea is, I've been with Salton Sea since I was a boy. Been there, done that. I've seen water skiing on this thing. I've seen, the wonderful life of the 50s and 60s on this when I was just a wee lad. But I always keep coming back to it and don't know why. But it keeps drawing me in like other parts of the desert usually do. I can see it as the Salton Sea was a great place at one time, then not so great, but it was all started by a huge mess up of, people trying to bring water down from the Colorado. We can talk about the Colorado River all day long.
Right. I know I have. I've talked about that Colorado River.
Well,
Yeah,
thought about it.
The Colorado River and the Owens Lake Basin that goes into Los Angeles. That's another problem area that we have. But when I go to the Salton Sea, I try to see the beauty and everything. I try to stay away from the torn, burned out buildings and crap around there because, it's one thing is it's easy to do. And the other thing is it's been done so many times. Let's shine our light on something new here. And this one, I just came upon this scene with a bunch of fishermen had just left. Yes, they still fish in this place.
Wow.
And they still eat the fish, believe it or not. So I wouldn't. Matter of fact, when I go to restaurants and they have tilapia on the menu, I ask them where you got the tilapia.
Pre-salted.
Thanks for the hint.
Pre-salted, yes, yeah. So this is kind of serene. It's kind of nice. I liked it a lot.
This serene and then this strong and tumultuous.
Yeah, this is nothing but power. And when the Salton Sea is angry, you can tell. It's not that deep anymore. It used to be really deep, and when it was really deep, the waves used to be really, almost like the ocean. But now, it takes a pretty good wind to whip it up because it's not that deep in the center. So, and we're losing water all the time out of this sea. But again, I like the minimalistic shot of this beach of bones that goes around.
Well, those are bones. They look almost like a row of crops to me in a way.
Yeah, they're just bones. And don't ever try to walk on them barefooted.
Oh.
Trust me, I've been there. That is not a good thing. Don't ask me why I was barefooted out there. Yeah, strength is what I see in this image.
Cling. I've seen these trees before.
Yeah, these trees have been here for years and years and years, and they were slowly dying a slow death from the salt and the chemicals from the imperial farming. And there used to be, if everybody knows this area well, there used to be the mysterious red steel cubes that were out there. And everybody wondered, where did they come from? How did they get there? And then one day they're gone.
Were they really big?
Huh?
They were big.
No, they were big. Yeah, they were quite big. And about as big as a Volkswagen, say.
Oh
you
my
know?
God.
Yeah, and so it kind of led to the mystery of this area. Now this area is being redone. This is Red Hill over on your left side. You see Red Hill over there, which is an old volcano. But what they did is they scraped everything out of here, and they're getting ready to bring in some new water. So, and this is Red Hill. This is part of Red Hill,
Right.
This is one of the more scenic parts of Salton Sea. A lot of people are like, where's this? Is this somewhere in the desert? No, it's right at the very end of Salton Sea.
Wow.
And you can go there and collect obsidian by the poundful if you want to.
What did you call me?
I called you an obsidian.
It won't be the worst thing you've called me.
I know, right? And it's just another view of Red Hill. If you get a chance to go out there, it's pretty cool.
Looks pretty neat.
There's a boat launch out there that's like, looks like it's 2 miles long and goes right out in the middle of the sea. It's pretty cool. I've never had the guts to drive out on the boat ramp yet. One of these days.
The bumps.
Wow.
Yeah, these are the
Nice.
bump pots. So you see around the Imperial Valley, all these geothermal plants that are used for power. When you drill into the ground for geothermal, stuff like this happens. These guys just pop up all over the place. And they closed this one. This was over by Daniels Road. They closed it because some guy fell in. It only takes one.
Right. Where was Lassie?
I know, right?
Looking for
Timmy fell down a well.
Right.
So these things pop up all over the place. The last one was it popped up near the Union Pacific Railroad tracks over by England Road, and the people of Union Pacific were scurrying about trying to stop these things from taking over the roadbed. And they finally figured out how to do it, but they just pop up and then they go away, and they pop up and they go away. These are still there. You can still see these. These have gotten high enough they won't go away.
Is it mostly dirt?
It's mostly dirt, but it's mud. It's gone up to the top and then bubbled over and gone down the side and creates this cone, just like a volcano.
Wow.
Volcano.
They're mudcanos. Let's put it that way.
That's the next horror movie after Sharknado.
After Sharknado, yeah, I'll do it. I'm in.
I think August is coming. That's the attack of the Mudcanos.
There you go. There you go.
Right after the Murder Hornets.
And I think it's the last one. This here is a bird that's lived here for I don't know how long. Every time I go to Red Hill, he's there, she's there. I don't know what kind of. I haven't gotten that close to the bird, but a bird is always hunting, always looking around for food, and lives in that little cave area up there in the upper right. So if you ever get a chance, go up there and visit, say hi.
Wow.
Here's O'Hare Airport.
Oh yeah. But
We're gonna go and close.
when the heavies come in, everybody else has got to scatter. So hey.
I see.
Yeah.
And they're just like Jesus, they're walking on water, or what's going on?
Well, this guy's getting ready to touch down, and if you look at it just for a second, you can tell that birds are just like airplanes. His flaps are down, his gear's out. He's getting ready to touch down.
So he's not standing, he's getting ready to land. He's going to be sinking into that water.
Oh yeah, much to the chagrin of all these little turns around here.
Right, especially the one still on the water in front of him.
Yeah, he has no idea what's coming at him.
That's about to take off. I've been that little turn.
Yeah. So when the Salton Sea gets quiet,
So
it gets that little sheen of fog on it in the distance. It's always good to take advantage of that, and you can get wonderful gradations if you look across during the sunset.
Stephen, is that the color, or did you colorize that? Is that the color that it was?
It's just black and white.
Black and white.
This one's black and white.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're looking at, but
I didn't know if it was that like gray and like foggy and I don't know.
oh yeah.
I'm an actor. What do I know about art?
Here's more black and white, Terry.
Thank you for preference. Now I'm going to pick up on that theme.
Who
I
this-
do this one.
You see, this is black and white. This is out by Salton City, and again, in the desert, you can have clouds almost no time of the day that you want them, and most of the time the sky is bright blue and there's no clouds whatsoever. There's no drama in the sky, but when the clouds do come out, wow, things really pop. And that's what you see. Every photographer from LA to Las Vegas out there getting their shots.
Right. Well, we saw Jim Ritchie with a shot like this, but with the bright blue
Yeah.
earlier.
Well, I had to be different.
Right.
Black and white.
Black and white. Same thing with this one. I had to take advantage of the tree, but look at the background. I mean, the gradation in the sky is black.
Yeah.
Right.
But I did love the tree, the way it did.
It looks like it's just taking a nap. It's like, I'm going to lay down for a second.
Right.
I know, right?
And then here's this has a little color to it, Terry.
Terry, this is color, okay?
Thank you. Specific.
Yeah. So yeah, again, the Salton Sea can be very minimalist if you want it to be, and I'm really kind of leaning towards that nowadays. These big, grand, sweeping views that have almost no detail, but you can tell.
Well, this is very Japanese of you as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then that bird almost looks like Loch Ness Monster.
I'm coming up with haiku right now.
Right. Nice. So, Stephen, you've got no prices or sizes listed on your photos. How do we purchase these?
You just call me. Get on my website, stephenbaumbach.com. My phone number is on there. Or come to the studio at Back Street Art District and say, hey, I saw that online. I'd love to buy it.
There we go.
We'll talk. I have a print studio here as well, printing very large format prints. So yeah, you can have any size from 8x10 to 44 by 72.
I could throw a rock and hit you right now. I'm right next to you.
Really?
Let's see.
Throw the rock. Hurry up. I want to see this.
Let's see
Exactly.
black,
No.
white color.
If I go
He
outside,
does Does anybody have questions for Stephen? Kelly, do we have any questions? Let's
Well,
see.
not a question. It's
Yeah.
more of a comment.
Yes.
And it's from Eric Hanscom. And he says, these guys are really funny. I wish they would teach classes for the FAA. Would make it a heck of a lot more entertaining.
They want us to teach how to fly?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There's other things other than flying in the FAA. There's also
Okay.
things like that, so yeah, I get it. I have a friend of mine went through FAA and it's boring.
I thought that was Future Farmers of America, but that's just me. I don't
That's F.
It's FFA.
know.
Yeah, not FAA.
Okay, I got room to improve.
Get your acronyms right.
I love that. All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Stephen.
Bye, neighbor.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, everyone.
So, yes. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Stephen and Jasmine for being our guest on the premiere episode of Tea Time with Terry. I want to thank Kelly, my producer. We'll just give you the name of producer. You're important. And then I want to thank Terry Ray. Terry Ray, where can we see more of your work?
Oh my gosh, I got stuff all over the place, but you can go to my website at
There we go.
terryray.tv. I got several TV shows. Lonnie Anderson plays my mommy in one of my shows. So Like Lon Anderson.
Awesome.
No, Terry's kind of famous. He's a little famous. He also has the longest running theatrical production in Palm Springs.
Electricity.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, no. Terry's pretty amazing. So that's why I keep him as friends. I only keep amazing people as my friends. And so if you are my friend, you are an amazing person.
I'm going to blush in black and white.
I know.
Aw.
So I encourage everybody to go to the website. I know it's got a really funky name. That's only because it's free. If we can find a sponsor for the website, perhaps we could get a real nice name for it, and we'll get there. But this is just the beginning. I'm hoping to have the next show in 2 weeks on the 25th. Like I said, after we have the Nielsen ratings and TV Guide reviews our show for us. So they're always kind of harsh. So let's see. Anything else that we have to say, Kelly?
I just
I
want
don't
to
think
mention
so. Let's see. We have a couple questions here, or I think more comments. Okay, so Eric says, actually, it is the FAA commercial pilot part 107 courses.
Nice.
Guaranteed to put you to sleep in 5 minutes. And then Susan Gresta says, thanks, Stephen. Thanks, Terry ×2 and Kelly. Great seeing you all. And David Hatcher says, nice to see you all once again. And David Getz says, well done. What a great start.
Great. I hope to have David actually on the next show if he answers my email.
Answer the email, David.
David and Jeffrey Levitt will be discussing more of the climate change aspect to the art show in 2 weeks on the 25th. Oh, hello, Tamara. There's my boss. Welcome.
Here the whole time.
Yeah, I've seen
I know, I've seen you.
Imposter. Oh, Terry, thank you. Thank you, Stephen, Jasmine, other Terry, Kelly. Thank you. Great first effort.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yay. Okay, well, I will thank everybody. If you have any questions, email them to me. Like I said, we'll do the climate change in 2 weeks. And then in July, we'll start on the poetry pieces by Alex Glidzin. So to all the artists, start sending those in. And well, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed Tea Time with Terry. And out.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.